Hello, hello. Hey, 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 everybody. It is 11 a.m. here in Vegas on the West Coast. Let me know if you can hear me. Just type on in there. Actually, what I want you to do if you can hear me is type your name in. Let me know if it's your first time here and where you work, because I assume you guys are all real estate agents today. That way I can check if everything's working here correctly. I see my brothers are on here. Welcome, Paul and Jeff from Ballen Brands. Who else is here? Let me know who's here today. I like these smaller groups where we can work with you guys more directly. When I have these classes more often, I can actually keep them a little bit smaller. All right. I see Jeff, Paul, and Faith. Is there anybody that is not with my company that's here? Let me know, because I need to know who I'm talking to. I'm going to guess then that a bunch of you guys signed up to watch this on playback and are not here live, which is fine. All right. Hey, Shirley. Welcome, welcome. I know you had some questions earlier about, what did you have questions about? I saw it in the marketing group. You had questions about Yoast. Did you get that all figured out? Because I might be able to show that on when we go to embed our landing page. You think so? Okay. Well, all right. We have, there's Reagan. Hey, Reagan. Thank you for being here. So we have a couple hours today together, and I am going to take this really slow so that you guys can ask questions so that you understand what the process is exactly. Depending on what we have time for today, we will probably run a Facebook ad for home values. We will look at blogs for home values. We'll look at search engine tools. We're going to talk about conversion. Okay, I see your question there, Shirley. Shirley, so when we get down to where I embed the tool on the website, let's look at that, because I'll have Yoast up. All right, I'm drinking my water here. Got a little scratchy throat today. Okay, ignore my colors on my website. I'm actually playing with colors, kind of testing some different things, what I like and what I don't like. So there's some conflicting colors that don't match. So just ignore that as I'm playing with it. So this is my real estate website, and I know based on some of the names here that a lot of you guys have similar websites. You guys have a brew also. This is the brew built by Ballen Brands, and it's on a WordPress platform, and I build all of my websites on WordPress. And there's many reasons I do this, and one of them is for the search engine optimization, kind of built-in search engine optimization in WordPress. It makes it super easy for us to do certain things to optimize for the search engines. I like the way it allows us to embed landing pages like I'm going to show you guys how to do today. So if you do not have a WordPress website and you do not have the ability to add these landing pages, you'll need to do it as a standalone third-party page, which I'll show you. I prefer to drive all traffic to my website. Okay, so ask me questions if you guys have them. Now, right up here, I want to show you a couple things right off the bat here. I'm logged in to WordPress, and up here I have a search widget. You see this search widget? And this is being fed by my IDX, which is IDX Broker. If you have questions about IDX Broker, type them in. Sabrina can address them for you. She's on here working with us today. So what I have here is I have the ability for the buyer to start doing their thing right here. And then I also have the ability for a seller to click on estimate, home value estimate, okay, or estimate their home value. Now, this is typically, though, not where they necessarily come from. Now, sometimes people will land on the home page, but a lot of times they land on another page on my website, like a blog or something like that. And this widget still stays up top. And so they may, in fact, click from that page. But for me, I'm always thinking about what can I do to get that seller to my home value estimate, because that is where the lead capture is going to come from. Okay. All right. So Reagan says, my frustration right now is that I'm not hardly getting any leads with my home valuation ads running on Facebook. Okay. So let's start. Let's talk about a couple of things here. First of all, let me show you what this looks like before we go into ads and things like that. So if somebody were to click on estimate home value, they land on my page here that offers them an instant home valuation. Now, if you are watching this right now or you're watching this on playback, please do not go in and fill this out just to test the tool, because then you end up becoming a lead in my database and excuse my numbers. But what you can do is you're actually going to go over to the creator of the tool and you're going to try it there. So all you have to do is go to listings to leads.com/Ballen. So it's listings with an S, TOLEADS.com/Ballen. And the reason why you're going to do this is because you'll notice right up here, it says Lori Ballen invites you to a 30 free day trial versus the 14-day that everyone else gets. So you're going to get a 30-day free trial on this tool. Okay, now I know some of you guys are using other tools and you're here to find out more about driving traffic to that tool and conversion, which is fine. But if you don't have a tool, this is the one we're going to talk about a lot today, listings to leads. And in full disclosure, this is an affiliate link. I do benefit if you wind up making a purchase. But you can go on here and go ahead and take that free trial and check that out yourself, how this works, okay? So this is what the home valuation tool looks like. And I'm going to show you some more landing pages and things we can do in a little bit as well. So there's ways to customize this. You can change the graphics in the background. You can change the way the form looks. There's going to be several options. And we played with a lot before we finally settled on the one that we did. And here they're able to enter their property address, their name, their email, and their phone number, and they can get their home value now. Okay? So let's go ahead. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do my my grandmother's house address is stuck in my head, so we're going to do that one. So this is just what a customer would do. They'd put in their address, they'd put in their name, they'd put in their email address, and they would put in their phone number. Okay, and then they would click Get Your Home Value Now. And there are different forms. Like I said, there's forms where you can have them just put in their address and then do everything else on the next page. Okay, so this is what they see. We have the valuation for 113 Zia Street, Las Vegas, Nevada. And now it says, what are you interested in? I need to sell so that I can buy a home. I need to sell soon. I'm thinking about selling. I need to refinance. I need a mortgage, or I'm just curious. Now, in my experience, I don't find this to be super accurate, meaning people will just grab anything. So sometimes we'll talk, somebody really is ready to sell and they put just curious, where somebody else put, I need to refinance, and they actually don't need to do anything. They don't even own the house. They're looking to buy or something. So people just kind of pick those things. So I'm going to show you my qualification process in a little bit. That's a little bit different, but still they can do that. Okay. And now they're going to click Get Their Home Value Now. Okay. Now I absolutely love this. These are some of my favorite things about the Listings to Leads tool, is that right now they can actually schedule a listing appointment. And sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they just want their home valuation. So right now, an email has gone out to me that has a report on it as well, me as being the seller. And an email came to me, the real estate agent, letting me know that I've got a lead. Okay, and we'll look at that in a little bit. Reagan says, I always get the response of just curious. Yeah, I get that one a lot too. But we do sometimes get the I need to sell. And I will tell you where those come from when we get down to this. They rarely come from a Facebook ad, by the way. But I want you to know all the options, so we'll go through all of it. All right, so here I've got my home valuation, low range 230, estimate 240, high range 255. And what we need to know is that this valuation is being populated by Zillow. Let's go look at what it says. Did it come in yet? Here it is. Okay. Unless they've changed something. Yeah, still powered by Zillow. Now, that's okay, because here's how I look at this. One, I'm not paying Zillow anything. I'm not feeding that beast of paying Zillow anything. This is a tool that Listings to Leads is already pulling data from. So Zillow's not getting any additional money from me. So I feel good about that, okay? I don't care that if it's not super accurate, because this is where my text and my email correspondence with them is going to kick in. That's going to kind of combat that. So one of the first things that I do when this goes out, I have a campaign set up. Now, you have lots of options for how you do your campaigns, but I'm going to tell you, hands down, the absolute best way that we convert and turn this into listings, and if you hear nothing else on this webinar, I'm giving you the best tip in the first 15 minutes. And that is, the best way to convert these leads is by text message. Okay? If there is a phone number and they get a text message within a minute of filling out this form that says, well, actually it asks a simple question, are you interested in selling your house? That's where our listings that's where our leads almost always turn into listings. Okay? So the first thing, text message, are you interested in selling your house? That's like, you know, you would think that's a no-brainer, but what happens is real estate agents tend to put everybody on a canned drip email campaign that's not customized, you know, it's just something you get from whoever, or you put them on something even that is customized, but because it's a drip email, you don't really know what they're opening and what they're not opening, of course, unless you have the software that does all of that and you're looking at it, right? Those kinds of things make a difference. I still put my leads on drip email, but I can tell you that they almost always reply to a text. And my buyers are the same way now. Okay. All right. So if there is a phone number, I highly suggest, if you're using Listings to Leads, that you get the upgrade. I cannot even think of what it's called now. Partial to full lead converter or something. I should have looked that up. Sabrina, we need to know what that's called. I can't remember. And that helps us bring in, yeah, it pulls from Cold Resource and pulls in their potential phone number and other info. So let's go take a look at what it looks like when the lead comes into me. Okay, I put in my phone number, so there's a phone number there. Sometimes it'll put in, it'll pull in a phone number if it's got data from somewhere else. Okay, so you can't always do that. I will tell you there's some more really cool tools that you can use for looking up potential leads. And one of those is Spokeo, S-P-O-K-E-O. And a lot of times, I cannot even believe how many people I found in Spokeo, from DNA trails, building my family tree, to leads that come in. It's absolutely incredible. So if you go to Spokeo and you've got a paid membership there, you can often find the phone numbers, you can find who lives in that house, you can find other family members. So if you're wanting to go that far, you can do that. You might be able to go to whitepages.com, Reagan mentioned. that you can pay for the premium version, $19.95 a month, to gain cell phone numbers, and she says it's about 50 accurate. So hey, that's not bad at all, man. If you can get 50% of accurate phone numbers from that, that's huge. But again, you have to, here's the thing with these. Conversion on these leads is so ridiculously low. And that's to be expected because conversion on all landing pages are lower than people get. You know, you watch these videos and you hear people talk about all this stuff and how they just made $12,000 off this one landing page and blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's so much more story behind all of that. But it's all in the numbers, right? It's all in the numbers as far as your conversion goes. So you're going to see probably a 1 to 5% conversion on your home valuation leads. So where the 1 to 5% comes in is in how well your systems cultivate, how well you cultivate, are you chasing them? Now, I will tell you that if you want an automated system that does this for you, talk to Jeff and Paul over at Ballen Brands. Those are my brothers. And we built together a text, email, we tested questions, we tested messages, we tested emails, we've got if this, then that, you know, like we'll send them a text and we give them 3 options. And all they have to do is click a link to respond, like, are you interested in selling? They can click yes, they can click no, and then the campaign can spin off into other things from there. I appreciate that very much because I don't want to chase everybody all day long. But it's going to depend on what your time frame looks like and what you have and what tools you're using. If you can automate the text process, I highly recommend it because there are a lot of listings on here I never would have gotten if that text didn't go out for me automatically. It just immediately dialed them, sent them a text message, are you interested in selling your house? And it's awesome because they let us know right out of the gate, yes or no. If they respond, they're telling us one or the other. And if they don't, then we have a series of text messages that follow up after that. And we have email that follows up after that. Okay. So my suggestion is, and I can't tell you because I don't have it in front of me, but my suggestion is that you go after them really, really hardcore in the first 30 days to get them to respond. So ours is text, email, text, email. You know, there is a pattern that goes out that's really almost to the point of annoyance because we want them responding. We want them telling us they're either interested or not interested. We had one, they didn't answer at all. We blasted text. Finally, the husband texts me back and says, it's his wife's phone number. It's really his wife that was interested. You know, a lot of times it's either the husband or the wife that's kind of handling all that. So he then gave me her cell phone number. So then I just restarted the campaign with her phone number. She immediately messaged back and said, yes, but we're going on vacation. We are interested in selling. We'll talk to you when we get back. I was really worried we wouldn't get that one because if they weren't ready to go then, you know, what are the odds after the fact? But I set my timer to send another text on the day after, not the day she returned, but the day after she returned, and she agreed to let us set the appointment. We went out and got the listing. So the conversion is really going to make a difference in your in how well you do with these. Okay, so here's what it looks like when we get the lead. Now ours all go through us. One, they import into listings to leads. So you can find all of these leads in your listings to leads platform. Okay, so let's go look at that really quick. So let me go to listings to leads. Let me log in. You guys feel free to ask questions too as we're going through this. And we'll take a 5-minute break at the midway point. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Sabrina, did you see this? We're excited to announce a new integration partnership with Zapier. I don't know what that does, but it's there. Okay, so we will go into leads. To be honest with you, it's been a while since I've been in the back end of this because I have everything all set up. All right, so as you can see, here's the lead we just did, and it came in right here. So you'll be able to see the phone number, the email. Now look at this. Here's a good example of how many phone numbers I get. So phone number, phone number, phone number, no number, no number, phone number, phone number, phone number, no number, phone number for. So we get way more phone numbers than not phone numbers, which is good, right? All right, so you'll have your leads in here, but then you'll also have them by email, and we parse ours into Infusionsoft. So they go out from, they come into listings to leads, they go in through this middle software parsing, and then that drops them into Infusionsoft and starts all the campaigns, okay? Now, I know all that's super technical, and you don't have to be anywhere near that technical, but I wanted to kind of walk you through what it looks like on our end. If you're not setting up automation and you're not interested in doing that, you need to make sure you're texting within the first minute that you get this lead. And if you can't within the first minute, as soon as you see it, you're going to text them, and your text simply should say, "Are you interested in selling your house?" Okay. I think mine might actually say, "Hey, it's Lori Ballen. Are you interested in selling your house?" So that they know who it is that's actually texting them, right? All right. Okay. So going back to our email, I want to show you. So if you just have the regular listings to leads software, you're going to see something like this. And then as I scroll down, here you can see the house. Here's the bonus, partial to full lead converter. So this is what I pay for, okay? Now, one of the things I pay for is this right here. See this IP address? This is gold. What I can do is I can go over to Clicky. Clicky, there's actually a new software I'm checking out right now that also looks up IP addresses. But what I like to do with Clicky is an analytic software, and it's not very expensive. I think it's like $150 for the whole year or less. And it lives on your computer quietly, and it tracks data. So it tracks your visitors, it tracks time on your website, it tracks your top performing pages, it tracks some of the keywords people use to find your website. But one of my favorite things that it tracks is IP addresses. So what I can do now is I can take the IP address from that home valuation lead that just came in, and I can go over to visitors, and I'm going to go to add a filter. Actually, let me take this really slow. So for those of you that have Clicky and want to watch this, okay, go to visitors, go to add a filter, scroll down to IP address. I'm going to paste this right in there. The IP address is the internet protocol. And most of the times, these are going to be unique to that user. Oh, bad example. I took my own. I'm blocked from Clicky. I'm not blocked from it. I blocked my own IP address so it wouldn't track me. So I would need to go get another IP address. But what it does, let me just show you as if this is the one we just pulled up. Okay, so we'll pretend that that was the IP address we just looked up. What we're going to be able to see is where that person is coming from. So if this is a lead that comes in and it says they're in Las Vegas, then you know you've potentially got a real home seller there, because a lot of these leads are bogus. They're people that really want to buy a house or just curious about the value before they make an offer. Ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. You know, there's a lot that come in that don't actually own the home. But I'm able to see that, so that gives me a little bit of a quick little vibe there. And then we can see the total actions that they performed on the website. Like, what were they looking at when they were here? So this person in particular entered in on homes with a private tennis court. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. So imagine a buyer that's landing on your website that enters on homes with a private tennis court. But we're messing with sellers today, so we would be able to see like that seller entered on how much does it cost when to sell my house? Well, that lead is pretty strong now. Now you know they're in Las Vegas, and now you know that they entered through how much is it going to cost me to sell a house. So your odds are growing that that person is a real lead. Whereas if it just said Facebook ad, you don't know. You interrupted their news feed. They weren't necessarily doing a Google search. You really don't know where that person's interest level is. But you're getting a strong vibe over here. You can see how long they spent on your website, what the source was, where they came from, that kind of thing. Any questions on this? Any questions, you guys, on the clicky part? Are you doing that? Are you actually taking the time to go look up the IP address? Because I still would text them first before you look up the IP address, because you want to be fast about that kind of stuff. Okay, I don't see any questions. There's a lag time, so you can enter them if you have them. Okay, going back now, so we get the IP address. Now we can see the name. Now this is interesting to me because this is my grandfather. He actually passed away, and so did my grandmother. And now the home actually belongs to my sister, but yet it's not showing her on the deed. It's still showing my grandfather. So I don't know how long it takes for this to update. That was all just recent as of this year. I believe that she became the owner. So there might be a little lag time. Sabrina, make a note for me, if you will, if you can hear me, to ask Scott Pierce if he knows how long it takes for these to update when it's the partial to full. I'm curious about that. All right. Now, what I'm looking for when I'm quick qualifying, I call it, is I want to see, does this name up here match this name here? Because again, if Lori Ballen registered to find out how much her house is worth, and it says here that Lori Ballen owns the house, again, stronger potential that this is a real lead. Okay, so I'm going to determine like how quick I jump manually or get involved based on some of the criteria that I'm going over right now. Okay, look, I've got a phone number. That was their real phone number, so I know that that's valid. Wow, that's cool. So we put in 5555555, whatever fives, but look, it gave us the real phone number. So whoever it was asking about the real phone number, there you go. It does do that for us. Okay, looks like it was Reagan. Okay. Now, I know some of you guys have other tools that you're using, and I don't know what yours does exactly, so I'm letting you know what this one does, okay? And then it's giving us a cell phone number, also valid. And then it gives us the estimated age of, okay, that's got to be the estimated age of my grandfather, not of the house, right? That house wasn't built in 1932. I think it was built in the 70s. I never noticed that before. But I think that was my grandfather's birthday. So, yeah, it's grandpa's. That's grandpa's birthday. I never noticed that. So the estimated age of the owner. Now, I don't know why that's important, but that's in there. Okay, so, and I don't know that, I think it's just how their fields populate and give us detail. Now, look at this. Homeowner confirmed, yes. Length of residence, 15 years. All right, now here's what I found. And you guys can test this for your own market, because I understand it'll be different based on locality, based on the location. We tracked, based on this data, the length of the residence. We tracked the average of the leads that actually turned into listings. Any guesses? What do you think was the average length of residence from these leads that came in that actually turned into listings? I would have been wrong. When I first guessed, I actually thought it was Hold on, I'll let you guess before I give any hints away. Okay, there's Shirley's guess. Shirley says 8. Okay, so I actually thought it was going to be like 10 years. And in my market, it's 5. So we tracked, I don't know, thousands of these. And 5 years is the average residence of somebody that turns into a real listing. How cool is that to know, right? I love it. Very, very helpful data that we were pulling to get some ideas. Now, here the Clark County assets are values at only at 99,000, and I don't know again what that's based on, but that's they fill that in there. We know it's worth a lot more than that. All right, so then we have their vehicle data gets pulled into, and this indeed was his truck. And this then it says house members. So there's my grandmother's name, female, and her estimated age. Okay. So I would look at this, and if that Lori Ballen name had said Eugene Bartholomew, I'm all over this lead like a crazy woman, because I've got a valid phone number, I've got valid residence, verified on ownership, I've got a home valued at 200,000 to 300,000, which is in our bread and butter pocket. That's like the the everyday listing out here of starter home type of thing, smaller homes. I've got that they've lived in the house for, my 5 years or over, which in this particular case says 15, and it was actually more than that. I know it was more than that, but so anyway, this is really cool. So do you guys have any questions about what it looks like when a lead comes in and what we are doing right away to get that lead converted at the highest potential of converting? If this lead said Jane Smith, and over here it says Mark Table, and down here it says bought the house a year ago, I'm not jumping for anything, because the odds that person, even if they're on the deed, they bought it a year ago, the odds that they want to sell it right now are slim to none. Now, that doesn't mean I won't let my system still do what they're going to do. I'm not just going to ignore it, but I'm not going to put any of my own manual time and energy into it. Okay? So, listen, if you think you can convert at a 5% ratio, and you can run a Facebook ad and get 100 leads that turn into 5 listings, you've got a gold mine of a model. That really isn't how it works anymore. They're getting harder and harder to generate through Facebook, and when you do, they're often just looky-loos or curious people because you interrupted their news feed. Okay? So let's do this. Let's go look at how we use the tool, either by linking to it or by putting it on our website. And then we'll go over to what it looks like to run Facebook ads on all of these. And then we're going to look at how my leads come in organically more through search engine rankings than they do on Facebook. I'm a big advocate of blogging for leads. They're warmer, they're more relative, they're harder to get, they're harder to earn in, so it's better when you've got a good position that's generating you leads, right? Okay. So let's exit out of here. I don't see any pending questions. I'm kind of just pausing to make sure in case anybody has a question that you're getting it in there, because I know about the lag time. Okay. Close that just for a second. Okay. All right. So what we do is we go over to listings to leads. Go ahead and log in to listings to leads. And we're going to go up here to landing pages. Oh, you know what, you guys? I completely forgot that listings to leads has a text system. They also have an IVR system for like sign writers and whatnot. Now, I have not used their text. Let's go look at it really quick. I just want to see. All right, hold on. Let me refresh this page because we're stuck. Okay, let me go over to text. I think I looked at this for a minute, but I think I had my own text messages. Okay, so this might all just be related to the landing page. I'm going to have to go back and look at it. I know that there's an autoresponder that goes out by email. I thought maybe they had added text messages, but I don't see it outside of the IVR. Text to number for seller lead extensions. So my guess is is anybody using this? My guess is this is more of a, like, let's just say we wrote a blog post and the blog post said how to sell your house in 10 days in Las Vegas. And then the call to action button says text 888-264-1910 or text 43347 to this number to access our home valuation tool or something, right? I have not played with that, so I'm not going to guess beyond that, but I'm thinking so. For those of you guys, I know most of you that I can see your names, you guys are all members of my academy, Ballen Academy, and we recently moved our training courses over to a new platform. And what I did is I created a course called Landing Pages. You guys all have access to that if you're a member of the academy. And all of you guys that are on the webinar today are going to get access to that single course anyway. Not the whole Ballen method, but to the single course about landing pages. Well, Scott Pierce, who built this software, gave me permission to use all of his trainings in my course. So what I've started doing is I've started moving over all of his training videos, because there's things in this tool, there's things in here that I don't even know how to use because I just haven't used them yet. And so I'd rather you get the training from the source. And so when he's making new videos, I'm putting them in there. Also, I did some podcast interviews where I interviewed several people about their use of these landing pages, and those are also in there. And we will be growing it. So if you have any questions about landing pages, home values, any of that, please ask, and I'll make sure we get it for you in the lesson if there's anything that you want to know specifically. So I have a new training on running the Facebook ads for the home values, but they're in the Facebook, they're in the Ballen Method to Real Estate course. So I may add one over to the landing page ones too, so that you guys can see that. All right, so let's go over to landing pages. All right, now up here, we can add a new landing page and look at all of the landing page templates they have for us. So the one we're looking at, mine, the home value estimate, is called Property Valuation Plus. But we also have nearby sold homes, custom landing pages for buyers, like get your free report. You know how we do those every year? We do where to go see holiday lights in Las Vegas. Let's talk about one that's current right now. How about Easter egg hunts? Oh my gosh, my website is blowing up with the Easter egg stuff right now. I love that. I make, whenever there's a big hyper local month, my AdSense goes up and I make more money. So I really like that. What if we did one on where to go see all the Easter egg hunts, and we use the listings to leads custom free report to let them fill out a form where they can download the list of the Easter egg hunts or a map of the Easter egg hunt. So that's something that you can do with listings to leads. That's very valuable as well. Reagan, was it you or Shirley? Shirley, was it you? One of you guys did this with the holiday lights one, I want to say. Now I can't remember who it was. But anyway, Reagan says she did. And Shirley did too. Okay, so so both of you, great. So that's when you have a membership with listings to leads, you're able to use all of these. And I highly suggest you do, because Why not put them all? Why not put them on your website and do different Facebook ads or different blogs with these calls to action? You've got the tool, so don't just stick to home values. Okay, so custom landing page for sellers. I haven't even looked at that. Custom free report for sellers. So let's use an example. A custom free report for sellers could be how to prepare your house for an FHA appraisal. I think that was one that Sandy from Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida did. You could do how about updating your, I'm just making this up, updating your house, updates, spend $5,000 updating your house and get $15,000 back, or updates you can make to your house that can encourage higher offers. You know, people like those numbers though, so you'd have to look at that. And then you could do a custom free report, and they could register and download your list of the updates that actually will. Guys, you know, this is a big deal. This is something that people do not understand. And when they go to Google home, they're not Googling home value. Well, they do Google home values. We'll look at it when we look at the search engine report. But what they are looking at is they're Googling things like, how much can I get for my house? Do I need to replace the carpet to sell my house? What color should I paint my house before I sell it? Like, they actually look those things up. So if you had a report that they could download, you did a killer blog on, you do a killer blog on one of those things. Like, let's say you do a blog on top, I don't know, top strategies for your walls to improve the number of offers on your home or viewings on your home. And you talk about everything from depersonalization and artwork and paint colors and you know, making sure that they don't have popcorn ceilings. Maybe, I don't know. You go through some of these. Those were big here in Vegas. And you can talk about some of that kind of stuff. Maybe adding crown molding, but you're really talking about the walls, right? Primarily. And then you give them the report, make an offer for the report that offers carpet and different things like that. Does that make sense? I know I'm just kind of all over the place with my examples, but I think you're getting the idea of it there. We've got an empty nester one, growing family, free HUD report, free value increase. What does that look like? We're talking about home values. Hold on, let's look at this. So free value increase, location. Let's just say I want to do this for Henderson, which is a nearby city that I serve. Let's look at that. Add landing page. Oh, look at here. Autoresponder. Okay, so it is just an email. All right. Conversion codes. I want to see the form. You save that. Where'd it go? Add landing page. Sorry, I must be blind. I don't see where it went. Oh, got it. Right here. I'm looking at the wrong column. Okay, free value. Let's look at it. That's fascinating. I've not actually run this report. I don't know if you guys ever have. See here, it says free report shows how to increase your home value the most for the least. So this is basically what we were just talking about. Hold on, let's look at it. Lori Ballen. Because I'm thinking, besides just their instant home value, this could even be a more valuable capture for Facebook ads than just a straight home value. If they can actually find out how to improve their home. Is that the same lead? I see no difference. Yeah, I don't see a difference. So you know what I would do? If you're doing that, you would need to come up with your own report, because I don't see a difference there. So it looks like the landing page is there. There's a little link on that page you just filled out to download it. Oh, there was a little link. Oh, on this page? Oh, look at that. I missed it. Okay, they need to make that bigger. Thank you, Jeff. Okay. Oh, where'd it go? Look, it vanished. There was a little link right there that said download your free report. Well, what's interesting is that on here it just shows the home value when it came in. Oh, that was my lead form, not their report. Okay, so I was supposed to download the report. Gotcha. Let's see if it'll reload for me. Ah, hold on, there it is. Click here. Wow, look at this. We're getting a PDF. Hold on. I'm learning something new right along with you guys today. Oh. Okay, I would have to go back and look at this and see if I think everybody gets the same report and they're just using my old banner in there. So it's like fix the bathrooms, fix the curb appeal, declutter. It's like those kind of just those canned responses, but I like it. Stage one, I bet you can customize this. I have to go in and look at it, but I bet we can customize this if you wanted it to be any more specific. Reagan asked what this landing page is called. It was called the free value increase report. I like that. Guys, I'm just saying, if you're going to do a Facebook ad, I would rather see something like that than a straight home value offer, because now you're going to get people that actually want to sell. Think of the difference. The difference of get your free home value. Anybody's going to fill that out. Even if you don't want to sell your house, you're going to fill that out. But if the offer says best things to do, to increase your home value, those are people that are thinking about selling at some point. So I would think your conversions are going to be higher. Okay, so Reagan asked if we can embed this. Let's take a look. So I need to show you this anyway. So up here, let's look at it. Free value increase, Henderson, QR and embed. Okay, so right here, I clicked. Let me slow down, because when I'm learning, I just go fast sometimes. All right, so scroll down here. We're going to go back to the Henderson free value increase report that we created today. Click on it. Go down to QR and embed. Okay. Oh, look at this. My brain. I'm going to Pinterest. I'm looking at all the share links. Okay, but let me go down to embed code. So click embed. All right, now you're going to get this embed code. Now there are some things you can do, like you can hide the background image, hide legal info, hide the scroll bar. We need to play with that to see what we want to do. Let's go ahead and just take this whole code. We're going to go over to our website. We're going to click new page. So your landing pages should really be pages on your websites. You can make them posts too, but I think they're probably more pages, because they're kind of like anchor pages. They're going to be there all the time. No time sensitive. So right up here, we could put free report to increase your home value. All right, now here we're using WordPress Gutenberg. I'm going to click on the plus sign and I'm going to add HTML. And I'm going to paste that iframe right in there. And then we're going to preview it. Oh, perfection. Perfection. I love Gutenberg. I am a fan. I swear this is one of those things where it's like, it has made blogging so much easier and faster. This morning I went online, I bought a piece of content for real estate. I had the whole thing done in like 20 minutes with all of the images, videos, codes, banners, offers, call to action, related articles, just whips that sucker right up with this. It's amazing. Amazing. All right, so that looks good. Let me preview the whole page. One of the glitches, those the Gutenberg previews take a while to load. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. Now, if I wanted to, I could put some info up here, right? I could put in this report, this free report will guide you on steps to take to improve your home value, generating more showings, can result in more offers. I don't know. Okay. Then I could also put call to speak with an expert in your area. Okay. You get the idea. All right, cool. I like it. Reagan, you have Gutenberg. You should have Gutenberg. Reagan asked, how do I have it? All the brews have Gutenberg. Aren't you on a brew? Yeah, I'm sure you are. If for some reason your website has not been updated to Gutenberg, talk to Jeff and Paul. All right, so, oh, yeah. So she doesn't know if she has it. Okay, oh my gosh, Reagan, you have not played with Gutenberg. You are going to freak out. So Gutenberg, you know you have it when you see this little plus sign right here. It's all content blocks now. So you can create a content block and save it. You can save a paragraph. You can save this embed tool. You can save your buttons. You can save your affiliate links. You just drop them in there. You can save your IDX widgets. Oh, it's genius. It is the best thing ever. But I'll save that for another class. I can't imagine not having it anymore. I'm just obsessed with it. All right. So now that we have talked about what the report is, what it's powered by, how the numbers come in, where to use it, how to embed it on our website, looking up IP addresses on Clicky. We talked about conversion, texting, systems. By the way, on an email drip, if you're gonna look at converting these leads, one of the best things you could put them on is a real estate market report drip email. So for example, what we do is I have let me go to it, Las Vegas real estate market report. Cannot type. Okay, so this is me. All right, so what I do is every month I go in here and I update the market report, and I generate a lot of seller leads from this too. So I'll go in and update the average prices on homes, predictions for the market, that type of thing. And mine is definitely the most valuable one in our market, and that's why it ranks so well. And we keep that updated. It generates listing leads, and it's also great for conversion. So what we have is we have a system set up through that Infusionsoft drip email campaign that basically says, here's your real estate market report for May of 2019. And potential sellers want to know what's happening with the market. They want to know what's happening with the market. They want to know, is this a good time to sell? Or should they wait? So they're looking at things like average time on market. Are days on market increasing or declining? Because if they look at this and they go, oh, homes on the market, a home is selling in 3 days. Wow, now's a great time to sell. But then they look at this, they go, oh, now it's 7 days, then it's 10 days, 15 days. They're looking at these little graphs. They're going, sense of urgency. I better go sell now, Or they might say, it looks like I've got plenty of time, depending on what they're looking at on here. Do you guys have any questions on this, on that real estate market report? So once a month, every one of your home value leads should be getting this automated text message or email or both that says, here's the real estate market in your area. Now you could make these by zip code and set your system up to say everybody that filled out a home valuation request that is in 89128, send them my 89128 report. And then your link doesn't ever change, just the data on the page does, right? But that depends on how small you want to go. Now, those of you that are with Keller Williams, I have not dived in much yet because I'm kind of waiting for the technology to smooth out a little bit as everybody's testing it. But there is a landing page in the Keller Williams KW command that is a specific like market snapshot. So if you're using that, then you can send them that once a month. Here's what's happening in your market, and they would have their own custom link that would dynamically update. Okay, so lots of ways to do this, but this is a great technique for keeping those sellers thinking of you, because some of these home valuation leads that come in are not going to buy for a year or 2 years, or aren't going to sell for a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's potentially somebody like me. I'm such a great example of this. I am at that point where my adult daughter is grown and moved out, and now I have a teenager at home. And Tabitha just turned 16, and let me just tell you, like, all bells and whistles went off in my head when she turned 16 last week. I cannot stop thinking about the fact that now within 2 years, she's going to be going off to college or, moving out to live on her own. I'm quite sure the odds that she'll still be at home are pretty slim. And so I've started thinking now about, where do I want to be in 2 years? Do I want to buy something? Do I want something small? Do I want something big? So if I were in a house that I was thinking of selling, right, downsizing, let's just say, a lot of people go downsizing when their kids graduate, I might start figuring out today what my home might be worth, even though I'm not going to sell it for 2 years. Does that make sense? So your conversion techniques have to be strategic. Just because that person doesn't want to sell today doesn't mean you shouldn't be cultivating that database. All right? Okay, so second hour, here's what we're going to do now. We're going to take a break. And now this second hour, we're going to talk less about this actual tool specifically, and we're going to go into how to generate leads using whatever home value tool you have. So we're going to look at Facebook ads. We're going to look at blogs. We're going to look at how people search, how to create content that generates leads for those seller home valuations. Okay, so now we understand the tool, how to use it, how to embed it, where to put it. Now we need to know how to generate leads to it. How do we generate traffic to it? Okay, so we're going to take a break. Let's come back at 5 after. Okay, we're on the hour now, so we'll come back at 5 after. I'm going to pause my screen and my audio, and then we will pick up at 5 after. Okay, 5 after on my watch. Are you guys back? Let me know if you have any questions from our first hour. Let me know if you have any new questions going into our second hour, if there's anything specific you want covered. I'm going to go into some ad opportunities, organic keyword ranking opportunities to generate traffic. Happy to show you Pinterest as well. Just kind of all the different ways that I generate leads. Let me give you some, I don't see any questions, but if you have any, let me go ahead and type them in there. Let me give you guys a few ideas. Now, I want you to understand that I don't live in real estate anymore. It doesn't mean that I don't lead generate for real estate, but I have 7 different things that I'm doing. And my entire day, my entire job every day now is to generate leads. I didn't always have that capability. I used to go on listing appointments and work with buyers, and I was building a team, and I was going to trainings, and I was doing all of that with real estate. And over time, I changed my model where I can now just lead generate, and then I don't ever work with clients. I haven't worked with a client since 2010. And pretty much now my website kind of just runs itself, and I just go in and add blogs. And then I also generate a lot of referrals for my real estate team. I've got just two agents on my team, and we get a lot of referrals too. So we do 75% referrals and 25% everything else. So I don't do all of the ideas that I want to give you, only because I'm working on other businesses now that I use those same ideas for. So one of the examples is a great way to generate these home value leads is YouTube. Okay. Do any of you guys have a YouTube channel currently? I know Marty, you're probably watching this on playback. Marty Miller's with Keller Williams, and he has the 66-day challenge for the KW Command software, and he is right now taking my YouTube course and loving it. And he's doing a lot on the training side. I was going to ask if he had a YouTube channel for his real estate side. I don't know if he does or not. Okay, so Shirley says she has a YouTube channel, doesn't use it like she should. Reagan says she has one. Okay, so one of the strategies would be to make a video series around improving your home value. Imagine this. Imagine if you did a 12-month series on home values, and once a month you create a great video on improving a home value. So one of those videos you're talking about paint colors. And on one of those videos, you're talking about carpeting. And on one of those videos, you're talking about, maybe simple repairs, like patching up holes in the walls or cleaning up the baseboards, covering little nail, where pictures were hung. Maybe you're going to talk about that. Maybe on one, you're going to talk about the plumbing fixtures. Maybe you're going to talk about the water filter system. One of them, maybe you're going to talk about a pool, and maybe you're going to talk about whether or not the pool does increase the home value in your area or not. People are so misinformed when it comes to pools and what they think they can get for their house because they put in a pool. Right? You could talk about updating appliances 1 week, or 1 month. You could talk about updating faucets. Gosh, guys, such a simple thing. Faucets can make all the difference when you walk into a kitchen. That one kitchen faucet, if it looks old and tattered and or rusted or just not good, they notice that. But if it's one of those fancy ones and it's copper and the little thing comes out and it sprays everything, like I get all excited over a kitchen sink when I'm looking at a house. So those are little things that can make a difference. Well, imagine this YouTube series on increasing your home value. And then on every single one of those videos, you say, text this code to this number, or go to whatsmyhomework.com. I'm just making up an example. Something easy for them to remember, where they go fill out your home valuation tool. I bet you could get some of the best conversions from a strategy like that, because nobody hardly is doing it. Let's go look. Okay, let's go look. Let's go to YouTube. Let's type in Las Vegas home value. There's me. Yay, I'm actually on there. Of course, I'm logged in. So, okay, here's one. How to increase the value of your home. Las Vegas real estate. Aaron's Power Show. I want to see something here. Let's take a look. I don't know who this is, but we'll take a look.
In today's episode, we're going to go over all the quick tips you can do to quickly add value to your home. And you want to stay till the end, because I have a great list that I want to share with you.
Okay, I want to tell you guys that that was a great intro. I liked it. I liked what he said, exactly what he's going to show them, what they're going to get. Okay. I like it.
Welcome to the Aaron Power Show. Quick tip number one for you, all about kitchens and bathrooms. They're the number one thing that sell houses. I'm sure you've heard that before. We're going to talk all about fixtures. Fixtures are big. They're easy. They don't cost a whole lot. We're talking about lighting, faucets. We're talking about shower heads. Everything update, anything you have in the house that might still be gold, definitely.
Okay, so what you do, guys, is you take a video like this and you make yourself kind of a checklist. So in the first one, he talks about kitchen and bathrooms. He'll go on. Now he's talking about, so he talked about fixtures. Now he's talking about flooring. Then he's talking about painting. I saw paint. I'm just kind of skimming. There's paint. So he does 3 things. Okay. So what you want to do is break that up into individual videos. So you could do one like this that's kind of a summary, but how about giving some real tactical, tangible, you're in a house, you're touching these things, maybe you're in Home Depot and you're holding up a fixture, okay? Anyway, so I like his background. I like all of it. I think you did a great job.
Harder to keep your grass looking green all year.
You don't have to be fancy to have these be efficient, okay? Aaron clearly knows what he's doing. He's got his hashtag and his title, and he's got a nice description here. He's got other videos to watch. So, oh, he's with Keller Williams. Go figure. So I would bookmark this. I think it's a great example of what to do. What he doesn't have that shocks me is a call to action for them to find out what their home is worth. He only has them going to other YouTube videos. So you need a tool up here, an offer of some sort, that gets them clicking through, in my opinion, that gets them through clicking on a home value offer. Okay. So video is, if you're okay with getting on video, get on video. If you don't want to be on video, you could make a slideshow, with pictures of the faucets and things like that, and you could do a voiceover, right? You could do a real simple whip up on a site like Lumen 5 or Animoto and whip up 10 fixtures that can increase your home value, 10 paint colors that can improve your home value, 10 flooring styles that can increase your home value, or 3 or 5 or whatever. And that could be your series. So if you don't want to put your face on it, you can still get on video. Oh, you guys, video is so underutilized. You would think that it'd be saturated by now, but it's the same people. It's the same people that are making video in every market. And those are the people that are killing it on video. I do for my other companies, but I don't so much for real estate because I'm not out there talking about it all the time anymore. But I think it's absolutely gold. Absolutely gold. How about video where you stand in front of your listing that just sold, and you call it Las Vegas home values. Look what this home sold for. Las Vegas home values. Look what this house in 89128 sold for. Las Vegas home values. Look at what this house in Rhodes Ranch sold for. So I gave you an example of a zip code. I gave you an example of a neighborhood. You could do Las Vegas home values. Look what this condo sold for. Look what this 55 plus community sold for. Oh my gosh. If you just sold one listing a month, you could start ranking on YouTube for those neighborhoods and home values when people search it, right? Now up here on YouTube, if I were to go start typing in home values, it starts making suggestions of what people are typing in, just like Google, home value calculator. So there's 2,400 monthly searches on YouTube for home value calculator, which is not very high compared to, let me see, home value calculator. Oh, that's just Google in general. That's Google. That's not pulling up just YouTube. So there is a tool that I use called TubeBuddy. I think Sabrina's sending you guys out links to these as I'm mentioning things. So if I were to go to TubeBuddy, I think this is my favorite. There's this one and there's vidIQ that we use, and you can look up how people search on those video channels specifically. Taking forever to load. What is going on? All right, TubeBuddy fail. All right, well, what I can do is I'll do it like this. If I go to my channel and go to my video, I'm going to access it from the back end here. We'll go to my channel. Reagan, I just did a whole series on WordPress Gutenberg content blocks. There's a bunch more coming, but I have what is the button, what is the quote content block, how do you use the embed content block. So I think I've got the first like 10 videos in the Ballen method, and now I'm doing the next bundle. Okay, so let's just say we were going to go to this video, and I'm going to go to edit the video. Okay, TubeBuddy has something called Tag Explorer. So TubeBuddy is a paid tool. It's an extension for YouTube, and it allows me to do the keyword research like I do for my blogs that I'm always teaching. So you can look things up by score, but you can also go to Keyword Explorer, and we could type something in here like home values. All right, let's just look at home value. Explore. Okay, and now it gives them a score based on how many people are searching and what the competition level is. So here, like search volume is through the roof. A lot of people are searching YouTube for the term home values. And then here is the competition. Like, what does the competition look like? So this is a good one. There's a lot of people searching it and not too many people making videos on it. So that's a good series to start. Home values, and I would title it like home values in Las Vegas, home values in Chandler, Arizona, home values in wherever South Carolina. I forget, Reagan, which spot you're in. So anyway, those are not South Carolina. Yes, Reagan, where are you at? I'm drawing a blank. So home values in wherever you guys are at. I'm waiting. I know there's a lag time. She'll tell me. South Dakota. I knew it. I could see it in my head because that's where my nephew lives, but I kept saying South Carolina. South Dakota. Yes. Thank you. Everybody's answering. Jeff says South Dakota. Shirley says South Dakota. Reagan Laughlin is in South Dakota. I would love your referrals. All right. So look at here. We have the total number of searches per month, 305,000. But if you click on the little plus sign, it says this is the estimated average times of people searching for that exact keyword on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? 305,000 people a month search the term home values in YouTube every month. Oh my gosh. The opportunities are stupid. Like stupid good. Stupid in a good way. Wow, are we missing the boat on that one? I may have to give me some Animoto going or something on that one. Holy cow, that's incredible. All right, so then if you were to look up like increase home value. So now it says it's fair, hardly anybody searching increase home value on YouTube versus regular home values. But look over here on the right-hand side at the bottom. They're making other suggestions. Home improvement, home renovation, increase the value of your home, increase home value, best improvements for resale. So there's some terms in there I wouldn't have even thought about. Home selling, okay? So that's one way you guys can go about. Oh, she says I spelled it wrong. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. Okay, so now it's poor score only because, still because there's not as many people searching. But look, 7,000 people is poor. Give me 7,000 people. Are you kidding me? That blows away what you'll find on some other spots, okay? So what this does for you is YouTube positions you as an expert. Also, if you go over to Google and you look at things, let's just look at Google. Let's look at increasing home value. Okay, increasing home value. Let me see if there's a better keyword. Okay, increasing home value, 720 searches per month. Increase home value. Cheap ways to increase home value. How to increase home, oh, you guys. Okay, my brain just went somewhere else. Let me finish what I'm talking about. If you go over to Google, what you'll see before I jump around here, you'll see that there is an ad up top. Yes, you can run an ad. How much is your home is worth? That's one way to generate leads to your home valuation page. This is done with Google AdWords. It's pay per click. The average cost is $2.12 for the term increase home value. So if you created that report that I showed you earlier on listings to leads that says increase your home value report, you could buy leads. You could buy leads and pay about $2 a click. Now that's just an estimated average. There's all kinds of variables in there. That's not bad. But here's how this works. Oh, I'm going to do math live, aren't I? Let me get a calculator. So let's just say you know you're going to convert at, let's just really lowball this. Let's say 1%. So you've got $500 to spend. Okay, you got $500 to spend. $500 at $2 a click will buy you 250 clicks. Out of those clicks, let's say 20% actually fill out your tool. Okay, that's a pretty fair estimate for you know you're making an offer. The landing page looks like your offer. There is no reason that they shouldn't be registering. So let's just say you get a 20% conversion. So 250 clicks, 250 people visit your website, times 20% conversion, you have 50 leads. If you converted at 1% only, you need to double that. It would cost you $1,000 to convert one lead. Now, before you go crazy, let me ask you a question. If I said to you, Shirley, I have a referral for you in Arizona, and it's a $300,000 house, will you pay me a referral? Shirley, what are you going to say? Reagan, what are you going to say? You guys are the ones talking to me, so I'm using you guys as examples. What are you going to say back when I say I've got a referral? Yeah, Shirley said yes all day long, right? Okay, Shirley, let's assume that that house is worth a $12,000 commission. Worth a $12,000 commission, and you're willing to pay me 25%. You're willing to pay me $3,000. Is that right? Reagan, you're willing to pay me $3,000 if you make 12. That's how referrals work, right? It's like affiliate income. Same thing. So everybody says yes. But then they freak out about spending $1,000 to generate the exact same commission on Google. Makes no sense, does it? If you're willing to pay a referral agent, why would you not be willing to pay Google? If for the same conversion, we're using math, so the same estimated conversion is going to cost you $1,000, right? So I say yes. Yes, if you have it to spend. The difference is on a referral, you're only spending after you close the deal. On Google, you got to pay up front, and it could take months before you start seeing that conversion happen. So you've got to be willing to make an investment. So I will just tell you that I have lessons on how to place Google AdWords. You can also hire vendors. My brothers over at Ballen Brands do pay-per-click marketing. You can hire them. And I say them because it's their business, and I'm sending you over there. So yeah, that's absolutely an option. Now, if you look up here, there's better ways to do it though than to just say, if you put home value estimate, look how much you're going to spend there. Home value, $4.53. That would be stupid. Stupid in a bad way. A minute ago, we used stupid in a good way. Why would you spend $4.53 on get your home value when instead you can offer for them to get a free report to increase their home value at only $2 a click? That's strategy. That's just better strategy. Home value increase is a better way to go. Home increase, whatever. You're going to have way less people searching for those terms, but you don't need 22,000 people because you don't have that kind of a budget, right? If you do, I want to go to dinner with you. If you can buy 22,000 leads at $5 a piece, right? Okay, how about this one? Home value Las Vegas. No way. $10 a click. You're insane. I'm not doing it. $10 a click. Oh, well, let's take a look at that. So $10 a click. Let's just say we have $1,000 to spend. Divided by 10 is going to buy us 100 clicks. Out of 100 clicks, 20% of those fill out our form. Is only 20 leads. We would need $5,000 to convert one at those ratios. And you know me, I track everything, so those are pretty darn close, I would say, as a general rule. So $5,000. Now, am I willing to spend $5,000 to make 10 still? If those numbers play out, maybe. Not me, because I have a team and that model doesn't work for me. But if I'm average Joe agent and I can prove that 5,000 makes me 10, yeah, I might do it. But I got to have a lot of money to invest in this, and I got to see that math play out. All right. Are you guys still with me? Is this helping? Is that kind of making sense now on how you could generate home value leads from Google, from people that are actually searching to sell their house? This is way better than Facebook because these people are actually searching. They want to know how to increase their home value. So based on Lori's quick glance, talk about myself in the third person, on Google, I think going after home value increase is much better than going after home values. I would skip the home value calculator and I would go after how to increase the home value instead. Hi, Christine. There's another voice in our midst. I'm glad you're coming to play with us. All right. Okay, now, that is what I would tell you about Google AdWords. All right. Now, Facebook ads, because of the changes on Facebook, privacy regulations, we are losing a lot of our demographic ability. So what happens instead, we go to Facebook. We go to Ad Manager. You can go to Create Ads or go to Manage Ads. Let me go to my Business Manager. Let's go to, oh, I can't stand Facebook, you guys. I can't stand the Facebook ads, how Facebook ads work. They make me crazy. So we're going to go to Lori Ballen Team Las Vegas. Nope, not where I want to be. See? Make me crazy. I clicked on the page itself instead of the ads. Go back here. Okay, so it's under Ballen Network. Where is it? Oh, you know what I did? I bet I put it under my personal account. How much you want to bet? Let me go back. Personal news feed, because I was in a hurry. Down, manage ads. Okay. So here's an example of one that I ran for the sake of teaching this class. Where did it just go? Home values. Okay. Okay. Results from one ad. Terrible. Terrible. Result rate 0.69%. Terrible. Cost per click is $1. That's not bad, but it didn't lead to much. 66 clicks. It reached 3,000 people, and it showed the same 3,000 people. Guys, I literally did not create any demographics, and it showed my ad to the same people almost 3 times a piece. No idea why without diving more into it, but that was pathetic. No, I didn't set up any search criteria that would have limited that. So I don't know why they would do that in a market with 2 million people. So I just did, and I made a video of this too in Ballen Method. I just did a really stupid, simple, quick ad, and I got a couple leads, but it was really pathetic. I'm trying to see if I can show it to you here. Okay, here you go. So get your quick, easy, instant home value estimate in about 10 to 15 seconds. Ballen Vegas, instant estimate. All right, so here's what we're going to do next. I'm going to run this again, and let's do the increase, not today, but so we can come back and look at it. I'm going to do one on increasing the home value and see if Facebook rules follow the same as what we just looked at with YouTube and Google, that increasing your home value would be better leads than just a straight home value calculator. Okay. Now, the first time I ran an ad like this, I spent $200 and got 2,000 leads. This was back when everything just started with home values. It was not a thing that everybody was doing. We were able to target homeowners and by zip code. All those options were there. Facebook ads were cheap. This was whatever, 5 years ago, so there wasn't a lot of competition, and I killed it. That is no longer the way it is today. Okay, so my opinion, you're going to be hard pressed to run a straight home valuation ad and get great leads. Can it still be done? Yes. Do the numbers, play it out. You're going to have to constantly change up your ad. You're going to have to change up the pictures. I don't know why they're showing 3 to the same group of people. Oh, this guy's going to incessantly knock on my door. Okay. I personally believe on Facebook, the better strategy is promoting a blog post that says something like,
Hey guys.
"Oh, come on in. I'm just doing a live coaching call right now. Come on in. Thank you."
She's right there. She's here to go.
All right, guys. So we'll keep going here. I think how to sell your home how much is it going to cost you to sell your home blog post is going to perform better. So let me show you what something like this looks like. And I also believe this is the same way on Google. So if I were to go over here and type in how much are closing costs when selling a house. Oh, open door has snuck up there on me. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so there's my blog here. Okay, this one generates more leads than any other page on my website for sellers. Reagan, I think you've done one of these. Shirley, I don't know if you did one yet on how much it would cost to sell a house where you live. These are my top lead generators for home value offers, and my top listings taken come from this page. So I've got a little intro here. This is on my website blog. And then I have a video with the cat that talks to them about how much is the commission when they're selling a house. Now right here, see this button? When they click that button, it goes to the home valuation tool. Okay, now let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to go to edit the page. I'll show you how powerful this is with Gutenberg. Okay, now watch this. This is the classic editor. You see how it's all just kind of on one doc? Well, now with Gutenberg, these would all be divided up. So I would take this here, and that would be my intro. And I'm showing you this for a reason. I'm getting there. Okay, then I would have my video would be the next portion. And you don't have to use short codes anymore either, but that's another lesson. Okay, and then underneath this video, I am going to create a button. So I'm going to go to add a block, button. All done. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so this button now, we can actually change the colors. We can change what it says. We can change the URL, and then we can save it. Gold. Do you remember the old days on lead pages where you had to make boxes for everything and import them? This is amazing. Reagan says Shirley's killing it with buyer and seller blogs. She could do a whole video series. Homework for Shirley. Yay, Shirley. I've been seeing your stuff. I'm very proud of you. Very good. And Reagan, you're doing some awesome stuff too. You guys have been kicking butt. All right. So right up here, watch this. So you go to your home valuation page. Let's just say your tool is not on your website. Okay. You could go to listings to leads. You could open your landing page, pick the landing page you want. Oh, I just had it. There's copy link. That's okay. I'll just open this one. Go to the landing page that you want. And up here, up top, you're going to have a unique URL to you. Once you click view, see how this one is prettier? Look at what's your Las Vegas home worth now. I like that one better. I need to go change it. I like that background. You can also put a video back there. Now, I have not looked at what that does to like page load time or anything like that but if you're just embedding it, the load time is actually on the listings to leads website, so I'd have to test that. But you can upload any image you want. You can take a picture of your listing. You can change it every month. You can do whatever. But let's go to view the link. All right, so see this? This is your own unique URL. So you could go over to your blog. Okay, not that one. Where are we at for editing this one? Okay, so right here, I can say this is the URL I want them to go to when they click on the home value offer, or if it's on your website, like with your brew, we embed it on the website, you could just click through there and have them click through there. And up text, add text, this could be a report, right? 10 ways to increase your home value, or free report. How about free guide to increasing your home value? Okay. Then you can change the color of the button, orange, green, but you can change the color and you can change the text color here. So you can have a white gray. You can have it be black and white. You can have it be green and black, whatever you want. And then you can also design the button. You can move that to the center. You can make it bordered. Oh, I like the border. And then we can save it. I'll update that. And then, oh, my video shortcode's messed up. Here, I just need the video link. Let me grab the video link instead. Paste that right here. See, no more shortcodes. Get rid of that. Remove block. Okay, now watch. If you like the button, click on the 3+ signs. Add to reusable blocks. And you just name it as home value offer. Now, every time you do a blog related to a seller, you can drop in your offer right up top. So you know me, when I teach this, we always do title, intro, video, or header image, call to action button, and then table of contents, right? That's how all of mine look. Yay. Okay, Reagan's drooling. Yes, I knew you would. Are all your posts actually pages now? No, my posts are posts. I was only suggesting that you make that landing page a page. But it really could be either one. It really could. Either one's fine. All right, so now let's go to preview. Let's see if we can get this Gutenberg to load up fast there. Okay, so there we go. Oh, my video's still messed up. But anyway, there's your button. So now when they click on free guide to increasing your home value, they will go to the landing page and fill it out. Isn't that awesome? So perfect. David says, I cannot see the questions. What questions? Sabrina, you can help him there. I'm not sure what that one meant. Okay, now, earlier when I mentioned one of the best ways to generate home value leads is through YouTube, and another, like I do, is through blogging. Okay, some people are killing it with paid ads. I'm not doing a ton with paid ads. You definitely could do some with Google AdWords, and you can test Facebook, you can test LinkedIn, you can test Pinterest, okay? Now, one of my suggestions is that on your blog post, now you've probably never seen me teach this before because it's new. I just started really doing a lot with Pinterest this year. It was Christmas, remember when I started doing Pinterest and I started talking about it? All right, watch this. Go over to Canva. It's free, but then they have paid options. I do not have any kind of affiliate link. So go to Canva. Now you can see here I've done a ton of stuff with pins. I like to use like some standard templates, or I'm not a great designer. Sabrina's so much better. Her pins are so much prettier than mine. But let's just grab this one. And what I could do here is I could say increase your home value. Let me go grab a new template. Hold on. I'm going to grab this one. Okay. In free report, increase home value. Okay. Then you just drag these around to make them fit. You can change the font size. And then up here, you go to element and you type something in like home value. Type in the keyword that you're thinking of. Now, see here where it says $1? If I want to buy that image, it's $1. Okay, or I could pay more for like a lifetime use of it. This is way better than when we were using Shutterstock at hundreds of dollars per month or $25 per image. If you have Canva for Work, which is a paid version, you'll see some these little crowns. These are free because it's part of the Canva for Work. And then there's also like regular free images. So you have to play around with it. But if I click up here free, I can say only show me the ones that are free. Okay, so then I can find the picture I like and I can drag it in to the background, and I just kind of play around with it until I find one that I think looks good with whatever layout I'm using. I could move this free report to be up top or down at the bottom. Okay, or if I really don't like it, I could go back and do a new keyword. But well, maybe I'll just do this. I'm going to drag that just down here. This is where I get in trouble, though. When I start dragging, getting too fancy is when my stuff becomes like off-centered, and I failed art. Not really, but where it gets tricky is these little guys. But still, look how fast this is. Even though it's not perfect, it's still okay. I like that. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could do a element, and I can do a circle. And I could put the circle up here halfway. Cut it off like right there in the corner, kind of. And then I could put text in there. Free report. Yeah, I like that better. Ooh, I like it. Look at me, I'm getting fancy now. Okay, increase home value. Take this down a little. There we go. Anyway, we get the idea. Change that color to black. Okay. So now that I'm looking at this, I'd probably go change this entire like thing. I don't like the exactly how that came out. But anyway, then we go to save. Let's just say we're going to save this as increase home value. Pretend I didn't just mess it up. And we're going to download it as a JPEG. I do not recommend saving as PNG images because they're going to be too large. The PNG images are okay for YouTube, but YouTube even has limits, like they can't be over 2 megabytes or won't let you upload it. So I personally generally save in a JPEG versus a PNG, and they're usually fine. And then once it's downloaded, okay, I'm going to save this as increase home value to my desktop. All right, now go over to your blog, and wherever you want to put that picture, now I go to add image, upload. So this is a content block again. And let me find where I just put that on my desktop. I don't even know. Let's just grab that one right now. I was doing a lot of work this morning. There's a lot of stuff on my desktop. Okay, and then once you put that pin on there, you optimize it by putting in the alt text, like describe the pin here. I usually put it in full size, and then I center it. Okay, and then what'll happen is we've now started doing this on every blog. We're putting these pins in automatically. Because then what happens is once your blog is published, you can set this up with Zapier to automatically create a pin, or you can pin it. So you go down, let's just say there's that anything's pinnable, click the little pin extension, and any images that you have on your website now, you can click save, and you can pin that to your Pinterest board. So you could do a little calculator, you could do the pin we just made, you could do home value icons, and then you could have 5 different images on this page, and now you have 5 different potential pins to drive traffic to. So we talked about Google ads, we talked about Facebook ads, we talked about blogging, we talked about organic Pinterest now. These are all ways to generate leads. You could share this on Facebook, you could share this on Twitter, you could share this, you could post a little image on Instagram and say, see link in profile for your instant home value. Anywhere that you're at. LinkedIn now does longer than 10-minute videos, so you can make a video and put it on LinkedIn. All of those places are going to have a lower barrier of entry than just running a big Facebook ad, okay? Or even your Google ads. These are all going to be opportunities for you to get in that aren't quite as populated, all right? Now, the one other thing I wanted to show you is that if you go over to, I'm going to show you an advanced hack here. We go over to SEMrush. This is my favorite keyword tool. Oh my gosh, I'm using this tactic like crazy right now. Go over to Google and type something in like that you want to rank for, like Las Vegas home values. Let's just do home values first. All right, let's see who's ranking. Open Door, is it? Zillow, homes.com, Realty Track, Remax, Redfin, ePraisal. Okay, so we could take any one of those. Let's just go with Zillow. Okay, so I'm going to go to SEMrush and I'm going to type in Zillow. Okay, now I'm going to open the View Full Report. And right now, this tool is pulling up everything on Zillow. All of its web traffic, its paid traffic, its organic traffic, its rankings, all of it for you to see. This is a paid tool, by the way, SEMrush. Okay, now up here, I'm going to filter by keyword and I'm going to type in value. I want to see what Zillow is doing with home values. Okay, now we can see up here sorted by highest traffic to lowest traffic, what keywords with the word value in it are bringing them how much traffic. Okay, so there's 33,100 searches a month for the word Zillow home values. That's how good Zillow did with branding the home value estimator. So I don't go after Zillow home values, but the second one is property value. Now, there's an aha for me today. I have never even thought of using the term property value. I don't know why. I don't know why. I never thought about it. This is why we need software. We need tools. Property value is the same in the eyes of Google as house value, okay? But if you actually type that onto a blog post, property value, and somebody searches the exact term property value, you're more likely to appear for that term still, okay? But scroll down, look at what home improvements increase the value of your home. There's your first video. There's your blog. What home improvements increase the value of your home? How much does a patio increase home value? I never would have even thought to enter that. Okay, but why not? There's obviously something to that. People want to know what their patio is worth. What upgrades, I just saw something, what upgrades add value to a home? Domain, real estate, property values. Yeah, I wouldn't do that one. But I'll keep going, scrolling down and looking at these. Now, another thing for free up here, if you go to Google and you type in home value, look at the drop down box. It'll start giving you suggestions. Increase property value. Look, landscaping. There's another one I hadn't thought of. Landscaping. What kind of landscaping would improve the value of my home? Do not worry about how many people a month are searching that term. Just go make the series. Just go make the blog. Because I promise you, if you are the one in your market that is making videos, that is making great blog posts, that has search engine visibility, that's creating a series of these home value tutorials and trainings and explanation, whether blogs or videos or ads or anything else, you're going to be the one that's an expert in that area with sellers that want to increase their home value. Okay, pool. Home value appraisal. Increase your home value, have an appraisal. Maybe you talk about having an appraisal before it's even on the market. Market predictions. That's another good one for anybody that want to sell their house. Okay. How to sell a house for more money. How can I sell my house for more money? Okay, now click here, scroll down, and look at this people also ask question box. What should I do to my house before I sell it? Do you make money when you sell a house? What sells a house quickly? How can I get top dollar, right? So then click on one of those and see if it opens any more ideas. Roof. Does replacing a roof add value? There's another one I never would have thought of. I don't know why I don't. Probably because I'm not really out there selling houses. You guys might have thought of all of those. I wouldn't have. Does replacing a roof add value? So guys, easily, this is a 12 series, video series, blog series. One a month. One a month. And let me just tell you something. If you built a website for sellers only, nothing else went on that website except for this, increasing your home value, improving your home value, how to sell a house fast, how to sell a house when you're underwater, how to sell a house during a divorce, how to sell a house and buy a house at the same time. You know, all of those things, your website, you would be viewed by Google as an authority on home values. You would be viewed as an expert in selling a house quicker than if you just merge all of that onto your regular real estate site with buyers. So if you really wanted to do this strategically, and I was coaching you and you said, Lori, I want to be the one. If anybody does a search online for anything to do with cost of selling a home, how to sell a home, how to increase the home value, I want them to find me. I would tell you, go get a seller website. Build a seller website and build this series of videos and blogs. Then go to Google AdWords and run ads, maybe Facebook ads, to those blogs. So right here, you're going to run an ad called "How can I does replacing a roof add value to your home?" Does replacing a roof add value to your home? Yeah, if you can get that one, you'd probably get it. Well, you can because somebody has one up here. Check Open Door. So there is hardly any competition. There's hardly any ad competition at all. Although it's got a 0 monthly search volume because there's not enough data to track. We know it's being tracked because it's in the people also ask box. Okay. So Reagan says best home improvements, increase value, cheap ways. Oh, cheap ways to increase home value. That's a whole series right there in itself. How to add value to your home on a budget. Yeah, I love the budget idea. I love people. Oh my gosh, cheap and budget and free. Those are huge for search engines and social traffic and paid ad traffic and video traffic. So basically today, I showed you tool options. You can, if some of you guys already have your own, there's another one. We talked about how to use them in integration with your website. We talked about text, email. By the way, I didn't mention retargeting, but you can also retarget when these leads come in. You can upload your list into Facebook or Google, whatever platform allows you to upload lists, or you can put a cookie on that landing page so that they're cookied every time once they fill it out, and then they start getting retargeted that way. And your retarget ads would basically follow them around their computer, showing up all the time saying, market rates have just gone up. It's the best time to sell. Or Lori Ballen just sold a house for 10% higher than market value. Click here to find out how, you know, retargeting those ads. We talked about blogging for home value ads. We talked about video for home value ads. We talked about Pinterest. We talked about social marketing. So I think we kind of ran through all of your search and social and paid options for generating traffic to those home value ads. What's important then is that you're texting them within a minute, asking them directly, do you want to sell a house? And then you're allowing your systems to email and text strategically, periodically, and purposefully to convert more of those leads. You can set a goal for a potential 20% capture rate on your landing pages with a 1% conversion on those leads, and that can give you the math for how much you want to spend on your ads. And then you just have to kind of look at your ads to see how they're performing, to see if those numbers play out. And I guarantee you then, if you're willing to spend the money and hold to it, you'll get your money back over time and then start making money. But it's going to take a diligence in content creation, in social strategies, if you're going to rank on the search engines, or if you're going to do paid ads. In any of those cases, you need time. You need time, focus, and discipline to create the items that generate those home value leads. So thank you all so much for being here with me today. Sabrina's been sending you guys out links to software we talked about. If you have any other questions, you can find Sabrina at LoriBallen.com, Lori at LoriBallen.com, And again, Ballen Brands for your marketing services if you want to get help with any of this. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all. It's Friday. Let's go to happy hour. Talk to you guys all later. Bye-bye.